Raging Bull is a B&M hypercoaster located at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. Raging Bull was just the second ever B&M hypercoaster, opening in 1999, just after Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Virginia during the same year. So while these two rides were designed at the same time, they are completely different experiences. Like B&M was testing how they wanted their future layouts to be. Apollo's Chariot is a much more straight out and back style layout, whereas Raging Bull is a much more compact twister layout. I do personally think Raging Bull is a better ride, and I will get into why I think that in a minute. But first, I want to get into the stats for this attraction. We have a height of 202 feet, a drop of 208 feet, a max speed of 73 miles per hour, and 5,057 feet of steel track. The stats would make you think this is just some standard B&M hypercoaster. However, you would be wrong to assume that. This ride is very different from all the others out there. There really isn't any other ride I can compare this to. The ride sits in the Southwest Territory section located on the right side of the park. When you approach the ride, you will see a big sign with the Raging Bull logo on it. The queue is located just beneath the sign and then winds down a hill and then back up into the station. I actually really like the queue for this ride. It has no theming in particular, however the terrain and interaction with the ride make up for it. The station is fairly bland, but it's sort of stylized to the Western theme. The ride typically features 3 trains with 9 rows of 4, allowing for 36 riders per train. They are the typical B&M hyper trains with the clamshell restraints. After boarding the train, the ride dips down to the left and back up to the left, 180 degrees into the 202-foot tall lift hill. Once the train crests the top of the lift hill, the ride does a little pre-drop before sending you down the 208-foot drop at an angle of 65 degrees. This drop is absolutely incredible in the back row. It definitely has a case for the best first drop on a B&M in my opinion. It's very sudden and unexpected, and it's just a really sharp moment of ejector airtime. At the bottom of the first drop, the train hurtles through a tunnel and then back up into a massive overbank turn that then drops back down towards the first drop. This element kind of just serves the purpose of turning around. The forces aren't anything crazy, but you do get a little floater pop on the exit of the element. The train then rises up into the first airtime hill, and this thing hits when the trims are low. I'd say this hill gives some very strong floater or borderline ejector depending on how much the trim hits. The train descends down and then back up into a wave turn, which honestly didn't really do anything for me. It just sets you up to plummet back down again and then up into another overbank turn, providing some good forces. The train then descends back down and rises into the mid-course brake run. When the train drops off the mid-course, in the back row, you get some serious ejector airtime. This is one of my favorite moments on the attraction. The train then flies over another very strong airtime hill before entering a helix that wraps the train around the bottom of the first drop. The train then levels out and drops down again, providing some good floater airtime. The ride then maneuvers through a series of low-to-the-ground twists and turns, including one final dip down, creating some more airtime, and then entering the ride's final brake run, ending the ride experience. Raging Bull is a very unique coaster. The layout is different from every other B&M hypercoaster while also featuring some of the same floaty airtime sensations, and even some strong ejector moments. Overall, I have Raging Bull ranked 3rd on my list of B&M hypers. I prefer Goliath at Six Flags over Georgia and Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland more, but I prefer Raging Bull over rides like Diamondback at Kings Island and Candemonium at Hershey Park. I think the airtime is stronger on Goliath and more plentiful on Behemoth, but Raging Bull is still one of the most impressive B&Ms I've ridden to date. I'd say this is my personal favorite coaster at Six Flags Great America. However, I feel that's this park's main problem. As much as I love this ride, I wouldn't say it's elite or top tier, and it's my number 1 at the park. This park is really just missing one thing, and that's a standout world-beating coaster. They have a lot of B+ to A- coasters, but nothing that's an A+. It's a very well-rounded coaster lineup with nothing that will disappoint you, and nothing that will blow you away. If you get the chance to ride Raging Bull, I definitely recommend trying the front and the back. The front is where you'll get the best sensation of speed, whereas in the back is where you'll get the strongest airtime. So what are your thoughts on Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America? Do you agree with my opinion? Let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. If you'd like to support the channel even more, become a member and receive numerous benefits, such as watching all my videos the day before they release, access to my monthly top 25 coaster list, member shoutouts, and more. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.